Welcome to the Transportation Channel podcast, coming to you from the ITS America Conference and Expo here in Detroit. I'm Michelle Quad, and today we're highlighting the Taiwan Excellence Pavilion. Featured here at the conference is a showcase of smart mobility innovation from Taiwan. The pavilion brings together companies working across connected transportation, vehicle safety, EV infrastructure, and intelligent mobility systems. I'm joined by two multiple Taiwan Excellent Award winners, Gary Chen and Stephanie Chen. You're from MSI, and Gary, you're from EverFocus. We'll talk about your work across intelligent mobility, from AI-powered fleet safety and video analytics to EV charging, smart energy, and connected vehicle platforms. So, Gary and Stephanie, thank you both for joining me. Okay, so to introductions, Gary, let's start with you. I would love it if you could briefly introduce yourself. Tell us about, the mobility problem that EverFocus is focused on solving.
Yeah. Hi, this is Gary from EverFocus. I'm the manager of the EverFocus USA branch office, taking care of the product sales and marketing. Yeah, so as I mentioned earlier to Michelle, that we actually are a company that focused on CCV for a while, but about 15 years ago, we shift our focus to smart transportation solutions. So you can see here, we begin our customization projects with a local vendor here for school buses, and we started to develop our own, deploy a lot of mobile recording units in Asia. So we now became a tier 1 provider for Toyota Hino trucks and also Mitsubishi Fuso trucks as well. So what we're good at is, it's about the vehicle to everything, V2X, so so-called connected vehicles. So our device, it's not just about recording. It's also an all-in-one device that can connect to, different equipments, including the alcohol locks, the audio alert sensors, etc. So a lot of customers, they use our device to, do the mobile recording, but also they also do it with a, some, AI features. Again, as you may know that right now, all the large vehicles, they don't have the built-in AI functions. So right now we are trying to build this in with our next generation EMV series with some lane departure warning, blind spot detection, etc. So these are our know-how for almost 30 years of history. They will believe that your safety focus, we are EverFocus.
And Stephanie, how about you? Give a brief introduction of yourself and tell us how MSI is contributing to the intelligent mobility.
Okay, so I'm Stephanie from MSI, and actually most people know more about MSI will be our own brand products for our consumer goods. For example, like the motherboards, the gaming laptops. Yeah, and actually it is also the main focus that we're having in the past. But actually, meanwhile, we also have different business units are supporting different business. And that's why that we're here. I'm from Automotive and Commercial Solutions business units. And our business units focuses more on the automotive solutions. And we separate into two parts. The first part will be the OE parts, which we provide the PCBAs for the clusters or like the control displays in the vehicle. And the other section, the second section, will be the aftermarket. For aftermarket, we provide the telematics relevant solutions, including like the ruggedized tablets, the telematics boxes, and we kind of define ourselves like provide a whole ecosystem in the vehicle. Yeah, so in the commercial vehicle itself. Not only with the telematics like the ruggedized tablets and the telematics boxes, but also have the smart rear view mirror solutions to also have the blind zone like what Gary just mentioned. That's really important to enhance the safety for the drivers and in this industry. Yeah, so we're defining ourselves as can provide help our customers to have the ecosystem for the vehicle environments.
So, Gary, I'm going to start with you and the work that you're doing. One of the themes in your materials, and as you were showing me around your booth is that moving fleet safety from passive reporting to the active prevention. So in simple terms, what does that shift mean for a fleet operator?
Yeah, as you may know, right now for the recording, it can be easily replaced by dash cameras. But what EverFocus has been good at would be the not just about recording, but also the AI detection that we have, building with the next generation mobile recorders. So you can see right now we bundled together with some audio and video alerts to make sure that all the drivers can be reminded when even before the accidents come. It's kind of critical that most of the large vehicles, they are the major causes of the accidents, but unfortunately, most of them, they don't have the built-in ADAS functions. That's why we make this work. We also are partnered with NVIDIA and Intel to make sure that we are expandable to more powerful AI performance devices that can provide more applications to the road users as well. So we sincerely hope that this could ensure the safety of the world and everything.
So right now, how dependent are you on your equipment seeing what's happening to give those alerts versus also taking it from other information that might be coming from the infrastructure itself?
Yeah.
What is your design?
Yeah. So definitely, right now, so not just about radio, but also about other data as well. So for example, we have the design called Canvas. We connect all the different data. So like I mentioned to Michelle earlier, we have some truck projects. They want to make sure that your driver is not doing overtime driving, so they need to register when they get on board. And the second example is about the drunk driving. We also combine this with the alcohol log to make sure that your drivers are sober before they get on board. So based on these two, we collect not just about video data, but also other data, interactive with our drivers and the road users.
And one of the things we were looking at too is the blind spot information system. Can you talk about how that is designed to detect, those vulnerable road users, the pedestrians, the cyclists, and how does that, work, particularly around, say, buses and other vehicles?
Yeah, so previously we call it blind spot detection, BSD. It was not accurate enough. We are trying to catching up with the European standard, so we make it a information system. So it's a blind spot information system, and also moving of information system. We put it in brief, so-called BSIS and MOIS. So basically these two, it's quite common in small cars, but for large vehicle, we start to do the different zones like red zones, green zones. Are they safe? To make sure that no blind spot will be missing there, to make sure we prevent the accident from happening before it's too late. Yeah, and then we also keep the video sources to make sure that we can retrieve all the data from before or after the accident. So that's what we are good at.
It's so important for that continuous learning of what's going on. Because lots of times there's near misses too, and we can learn a lot from those to know then how prevent an accident in the future. That's really important.
Yeah.
So Stephanie, I want to make a shift and talk a bit about EV charging and smart energy. You guys have a number of solutions in that area. I'm wondering if you can talk a bit about that EV charging and smart energy, and maybe your EasyGo portable charger. Tell me a bit more about that.
Okay. Yeah. So indeed, for MSI, we also have the EV chargers solutions, and the product solutions actually cover from the AC power supply to a DC. AC will be more like portable or the personal use in your garage, for example. But for DC, they are more commercial vehicle use. It has a more powerful power supply for that. And that's the reason that we've mentioned MSI want to provide an ecosystem for the charging as well. So no matter it's for the smaller vehicles, the normal vehicles that we are driving every day, till the bigger vehicle, commercial vehicles charging, we also want to support. That's for the infrastructure part. And for EasyGo, like what you just mentioned, actually EasyGo's purpose is to help the drivers who actually would like to go anywhere they want, then they can directly bring those charging from hand.
And bring it so that they can go farther than
the yes. They can go everywhere and with the charger, and don't need to worry about that if they suddenly lose the electricity. Yeah, so that's the main idea that we are providing for the power part. But for the software part, actually, we not only have the facilities like products that we just mentioned, but also have the software accordingly. So what does the software work? We have the A-Connect, the platform. It can see all the information like the charging and how long you need to charge, and also like what is the current charging status, and also have some access in like the member access, for example. And for all this information can be seen on the app itself and also can be deployed on the cloud system.
So does that help them understand, the status of how well it's doing, but then planning out their trip and where they may be able to find the next charging that they might need to go, assuming they don't have one of your packs with them, but does it help map that out for them too and
Yes.
think that through?
Yes, depends on how you use it, but indeed with this kind of information and data, like you can have a more flexible planning for the trip. And the other side would be more commercial uses, like our EV chargers actually are also using for the parking lots. Yeah, so not only for the personal use, but also for the commercial use. For parking lots, like what they care more about would be what would be the efficiency for the power supply and how to know where are the spare charging, and they can promote that more people to come to use it. And that's the information that actually we also have the software platform to gather the information, the data to on the cloud, so that the operators for the parking lots, they can know how to manage for this part.
So then shifting to another part of your portfolio, though, because that's an important one, but the edge computing, the ADAS, which is the assisted driving, systems, and connected vehicles. Talk to me a bit about the high performance platforms that you have that are supporting these types of use cases, and what role does edge computing very specifically play in making vehicles safer and smarter?
Okay. So actually, for like what you just mentioned, that edge computing will be used for the vehicles itself because it's a closer environment for all these devices. And indeed, because now everyone's talking about edge computing to not only put all the things on the cloud because they will cause the latency for responding. For example, accidents happen or an incident happen that if all the things need to go to a cloud for running and then give you the suggestions or the proposal for reactions, then that will be too late. So that's why it calls the edge computing and brings to the devices for edge computing used in the vehicle environment. Yeah. And secondly, is that because MSI has like from our BEM business like motherboards and to a system level like PC laptops, actually this information also help us to develop the edge computing devices because we have the knowledge for the electronics, for the communications like the LTE, for example, GPS functions. So all this information can be integrated by our past experience to what we're doing for automotive. And the other side, I would say that for MSI, we also be focused on the production quality. So our factory actually passed the IATF 6949, which is an automotive grade certifications for the factories to prove that actually our products can be used for the automotive grade environments.
So I want to take us back to, I talked about at the opening that you guys are set up in the Taiwan Excellence area and experience pavilion, and I also mentioned that both of your companies are multi-award winners with that. One of the things I would love to get your reflection on is what is happening in Taiwan's technology ecosystem that is really making it a force for the future in intelligent mobility?
I would say actually from MSI, from us, actually for the vehicle relevant products, we not only have the telematics solutions and EV charging solutions, we actually also have infotainment solutions. Infotainment is like entertainment in the vehicles, let me say it this way. And the infotainment solutions that we provided provided will be like media on demand, MOD, like you can use a Wi-Fi streaming for seeing the videos, and also can do some VIP survey, for example, to gather information for the operators as well. And I would say that now for the smart transportation in the future will be all connected. the connectivity will be a very important piece. The second point will be electricity, because now everyone is talking about electric vehicles, for example, and for the bring the carbon emission perspective, everyone's hoping to get more carbon free for like zero carbon.
Yeah.
And so that's why that for ourselves, we will foresee that for the transportation in the future will be all vehicles or all the things will need the connectivity. And secondly will be electricity.
How do you, Gary? What's happening in your ecosystem and where you're doing all of this great development that is allowing this innovation to occur?
Yeah, so Taiwan is a hub of technology that manufactures the main chipsets for all the big players in the U.S. You can tell that we actually are catching up with a lot of latest technology, especially when we are bonding together with the U.S. Even private sectors or public sectors. That it's actually our purpose to showcase all the solutions to the world as well. We also have very strict government rules that's screening all the products and make sure that all the products are compliant with a certain standard. Especially right now, it's about cybersecurity. But we are very conscientious people, and we believe that technology itself should be also based on ethics as well. Just not just about profits, but also about innovation. So I believe that as a hub, again, we are very proud to be here. Our first time to be here in ITS America. So we are proud to announce that we are going to host the ITS World Congress in 2029. That is something that we believe that we are recognized by also ITS as well. So yeah, that's what we are really good at. Taiwan is a very precious island that we are very embracing to the technologies, to people, to new challenges.
Yeah, that's a beautiful sentiment. So as we start to bring this to a close, I would love to know from each of you why you as an individual are so excited about what's happening in transportation and what the type of development you're doing. What motivates you in this space?
I would say that from my individual point of view, actually, like I want to echo what Gary just mentioned. I think Taiwan really has a strong core value for not only hardware but also software. Like what Gary just mentioned, we focus a lot on people and on the safety for the safety environment for the vehicles itself. So that's why that we have so many software like recognition after detection and driver behavior monitoring. All this information and all this development is to help to create a more safer environment for the vehicle. And secondly would be that Taiwan is also very strong for the supply chain management. Now, not only for the electronics, I would say, but actually for the vertical whole system, from the chipset level, like TSMC that everyone knows, until the system level that bring us here, that we are all providing a whole system level products and also the total solutions for the transportation.
It's a lot to be proud of. What about you, Gary?
Yeah, as an individual, I shifted from product and project management to sales role. So to be honest, what I feel excited about this change is how to face the pain points from the customers and how to solve their problems. That's really the key. It's not just about profit. It's about the solution that let's say the very accurate solution that we address these issues from the customers. That's what really makes me excited. So yeah, especially it also brings back to what the market really needs, rather than just develop products that kind of far away from the real hands-on experience. So to my personal experience here, I'm really excited to collect all the useful information and feedback from ITS America 2026.
It's amazing. Well, like you both said, taking these technologies, turning that into safer vehicles, smarter infrastructure, more reliable systems for the individuals that are on that roadway and are driving on that roadway. And so thank you both for joining me. My thanks also to Taiwan Excellence for bringing this conversation to ITS America. And I look forward to you said it's in ITS World in 2029?
Yeah.
Very exciting. And I want to say thank you to both of you. I want to say thank you to everyone who watches the Transportation Channel. We look forward to continuing the conversation around the future of connected transportation and intelligent mobility. This has been a production of the Transportation Channel. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.